there was a point in my journey where I realized something that completely changed how I saw tailoring. Um, Sewing wasn't, just sewing didn't do it for me. Not financially, not skill wise. I was working long hours, focused on perfecting, details. But let me not say but, and I, I think this is what made me realize that I was in the wrong. I wasn't positioning myself right. I very much cared about the quality of the work that I was doing, but I was getting what I wanted wasn't what I was getting, and what I wanted was to do work that mattered, right? But because when you start, there's no guide for this. There's no guide for this. So until you have a breakthrough, you're kind of just doing what most people do, which is just sewing, right? You're sewing, and you're looking how to get better and things like that, and that's fine. And for the people that are looking to get better, are looking to specialize in different parts of fashion tailoring, that's great. But where it really, really, really counts is the higher end work, the luxury fashion world, the high end clients and the bigger opportunities. And before I got into that world, I didn't know that it existed. I didn't know that it existed. I was doing what everybody else was doing, but when it clicked for me, when I finally discovered that there was a whole nother world to tailoring and things that you can do, when you get into that world, you get exposed to more things that you've imagined. Okay, you get exposed to a different way of working. You get exposed to different clothing, different techniques, different people, um, a different network. The respect is different. The way they see you is different. Your life will literally change when you tap into the next level of tailoring, the next level of being a sewer, or a seamstress or a tailor. And so when I got into that world, I realized that this is what mattered. That my brand, the way I was perceived, it had a huge impact on how I was received, how I was paid, and the kind of work that I was given. Um, the level, uh, my skill set level, right? The things that I can do, um, and the skills part, you can learn that. There's so many books where you can learn it. You're working with other people, you can learn that. But the branding part, the knowing um, how to put yourself where the kind of work that you get is a reflection of the outcome that you see for yourself in this industry, which is, and again, not everybody wants to work in this. Not everybody wants. Some people just kind of want to do the work. They learn to sew because you can get a job as a sewer, and then there are some people that want to, um, that are a little bit more special, and they need a little bit more stimulation in the work that they do, or how they approach their work, the amount of effort and detail they put into their work, and those are the people that I'm talking to today. So when I shifted um, to this mindset, where um, I had to think about my brand and the level of work that I want to do. Everything changed for me. Everything changed for me. Um, I was no longer, I was no longer really just, I wasn't a sewer. I was no longer a sewer, but I was kind of like an architect. That's kind of what happens. You go from being a tailor, a sewer, to um, an architect, or just so we can say a high-end tailor. There are levels to those names. There are some tailors out there that don't want to be called sewers because we know a sewer, um, they just sew. They just sew all day. But tailors have a little bit more presence in their brand, in their title, in their role. Um, And then when we're talking about high end tailoring, that means the skill set and finishing and presentation and branding and all of that on all of those things. So that's what changed the game for me. So if you're ready to break out of that cycle, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, and there will be more information like this. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.